And we couldn't be happier to have Tina Charles joining us right here on Women's Sports Now. And Tina, I mean, there's so much to unload with you talking about your future Hall of Fame, because let's face it, you're going to be first vote right there. But I mean, do we start talking about you, or do we start talking about, you know what, about the lady to my left? You get to pick.
I think we start talking about the lady to your left.
We're talking about her.
Oh, no.
I think we start talking about the lady to your left.
Let's go. Give me something like dirty about this lady right here. Sell us all your secrets.
Nah, I can't do that. That's my girl at the end of the day.
Let me just take this interview over soon.
Come on.
First of all, it's hard. I want people to know that it's hard to interview your friends, because it's like, what am I supposed to even ask TT about? It's like, I know you, but then it's like, let me ask you something that I'm curious about. So first of all, amazing career. I've already told you this, but what is it like now? Because as athletes, look at all these photos. We had us a time.
I love that photo. Yeah, it's my favorite photo right there.
Literally. So what is it like now? Because, you know, as athletes, I wouldn't say we hate the media, but we don't necessarily love the media. And now that you retired, welcome to the other side, where you're now on the media side. So what is that transition like?
You know, for me personally, whatever I did in the second half after basketball, I just wanted to learn, and I really look forward to just learning broadcasting post-retirement. You know, as a player, you know the game, but when you're broadcasting, when you're analyzing, you know, you have to, it's not about what happened, but you have to explain why it happened. You know, where was the advantages, where were the disadvantages? So it's just another space that I can be in to learn and grow from great people like yourself. I'm really excited to be reconnected with you. You know, you were my vet, you know, coming in as a rookie. You were my vet coming in at UConn. So it's just really full circle, and I'm just very thankful that it's alongside of you.
Yeah, you guys are going to crush it covering FIBA. It's going to be exciting to watch you both. But before we talk about more, I want to talk about who you were on the court and what made you you. Second most points behind Diana Taurasi, obviously the all-time leading rebounder. Why were you so prolific?
I would just have to say it's just consistency for me. And it was very personal and very easy for me. It was just like, I have a job to do and I have to go out and do it. I knew I had a team, coaches, and players that depended on my play very on in my career, just even starting as a rookie. So I really was able to live up to that moment. And a lot of that foundation started at UConn, and just expectations that Coach Auriemma had set out for myself, and even Renee and Maya Moore, and just what we meant. So every day for me was just like, I have to go out and just do my job. And I just wanted to be consistent, more importantly than anything. And my work ethic was my foundation. You know, I was always someone who fell in love with the process and what it took to be a really good player. So that for me was number one.
It's crazy, like, hearing you talk about this, because I do remember, like, at UConn, like, when you first came in, I'm like, okay, obviously she's going to be a dog. And then to just watch you and CD with those little hook shots that y'all was doing, to then now look at your career as a pro, and it was like the shot that no one could stop, and it was automatic. And so it's like, do you ever think about that? Like, just like, I remember the first day you stepped in on campus, and then, like, your pro career is prolific, and they couldn't stop the one thing that you had to work the hardest on in college.
Oh, yeah. CD and she was very, you know, just intentional with me, very dedicated to just my maturity and my progress, and just being able to turn that corner. So I've always been very thankful to Christine Daly. I mean, her and I used to get kicked off the court during practices, and having to do the mic and drill without the ball hitting the rim. I don't know a lot of players can be able to do that, to do a mic and drill without hitting the rim. But the expectation level was always at an all-time high. And again, I was very bought into the process of what it would take to be great, what it would take for our team to win games. And, you know, they stacked it up on me, but I'm happy that we were able to come out and collectively be national champs. So it was all worth it. And it, just like you said, it poured over into my pro career, and I had an unstoppable move, and it was just all about skill. Once you have skill, you know, you have longevity, and I think that's what kept me around for so long.
So then why was it time to walk away?
When it comes to the decision to retire, you know, I just knew. I didn't need basketball to tell me when. You know, I always wanted to walk away with gratitude versus like the fear of what's coming next. You know, I was looking forward to what I was going to build. I was looking forward to, okay, potentially broadcasting and having a beer company with 78 Brewing Co. So it wasn't more so of just walking away. I think I just finally have time and space to discover who it is that I can be. And that was much more appealing to me at the time, having been 15 years into the WNBA.
So I'm curious because, like, as athletes, well, for me, I'm gonna just speak for myself. I had like an extreme amount of athlete guilt in a sense of like I felt like I had to work out all the time so that somebody could not work me, and I had to always be on. And so I wonder if that's left you yet, because even when I first retired, I always felt like, oh wait, I don't gotta work out today. Like what's going on? Like so, like what is that post retirement life like?
It's very interesting. It's like I announced my retirement May 5th, and on May 6th, I was on a trip to Jamaica with our teammate Kalena Green, and I was working out every morning. And Kalena was just like, "Man, like, what are you doing?" And it was just like, "Hey, this is a lifestyle. Like, this is just who I am. This is how I feel productive in my day when I wake up and I go and work out." So that guilt feeling definitely was around in May, but then once mid-June, July hit, I went like a month without. I went a month without, but I didn't want to get too crazy because, them pounds can just kick up on you. And I wasn't trying to be one of these retired players that you come back and you see and you're like, yo, what happened?
You're like, yeah, she got a little big in the community. What happened there, right?
Yeah, that wasn't going to be me. So, yeah, no, I'm very aware of what I'm consuming.
You've really bridged so many generations of players. Who are you watching now that you're thinking, I kind of wish I could play with her?
I would say players that I'm excited about that I wish I could play with. I would say Olivia Miles. I don't think it's a coincidence. I'm sitting next to Renee Montgomery. When you have a point guard that can just deliver you the ball, just have that sense of awareness of the court and herself, and just the confidence that she has in herself at such a young age, and just being a rookie, like, man, she's one of the best in this league. I haven't seen anything like her coming in as a rookie and being as dominant since, like, Candace Parker, who came in and swept Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same year. So Olivia Miles is someone who's exciting, and she just has that orator that I really enjoy watching.
So question, because you already talked about you started a company. We know that NBC, I just saw a contributor, you pulling up on us for FIBA. Is there anything that you want to do in the fashion world? Because, like, obviously you missed the era of the tunnel walks because you was hot, you was stepping, and you have a very high fashion sense. So is there anything in the fashion world that you're trying to dabble in?
Fashion world, I can't really say. I think it's just who I am, My father, he's always been a well-dressed man, and I've always admired the way he carried himself. So just at a young age, I knew it was very important just how you carry yourself. That's the first impression that someone is getting from you before even saying a word. And so just through the assistance of Courtney Mays, who is my stylist, that I absolutely love, we were able to always have mood boards and just the look that I was going for each and every single year. But that's just always been me. I've always been very attention to detail and how I'm coming off and when it comes to fashion. But I like to just think it's just me. Yeah, I just wake up like this.
Yeah, she woke up like, okay.
Showed up, rolled in looking hot. Have fun covering USA basketball. Just a little look at these ladies out there.
Let's go.
Look at those cute little
Look at
ladies.
Coach. Coach was like, wow, look at the Godfather. He was young there. Look at him.
I know, he looks good. He looks good.
Thanks again for your time. And next time, you got to sell some more secrets on this lady. We like to know the backstory. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I'm going to keep that in. No. I know
Love
the
you,
G code.
TT.
Love you too.